Hey, it's Renee Keel, host of TradeIQ and Chief Operating Officer at BrokerBin, the leading B2B exchange for IT professionals, resellers, and wholesalers. I'm thrilled to introduce TradeIQ to you, the podcast that shares the economic stories of IT hardware resale. Each episode, I interview an industry leader who embodies what it takes to realize success in the ever-changing and highly competitive secondary IT market. What does it truly mean to be an ITAD provider? How do companies mitigate supply chain risks? How can your business thrive amidst changing market conditions that eat away at profit margins? Explore these topics and more on TradeIQ from BrokerBin.com. And while I have your attention, I want to personally invite you to attend a BrokerBin Roadshow. This biannual event brings together ITAD and ITAM providers, wholesalers, resellers, and service professionals all under one roof for 2.5 days of high-value networking. Where else can you make a true, authentic connection with other IT professionals in our industry? Join us in Europe in the spring and in the US in the fall. Learn more and register at BrokerBinRoadshow.com. Daniel Silva is the IT Asset Remarketing Manager at GreenTek Solutions, a nationwide ITAD services provider helping organizations across the United States to retire, resell, and recycle IT equipment while protecting data, maintaining regulatory compliance, and maximizing asset recovery. In the age of AI, GreenTek is experiencing increased demand for RAM, GPUs, and hard drives as customers seek to integrate AI computing. With the adoption of AI comes the challenge to retain the human element while resisting over-reliance. Daniel shares how GreenTek believes there's space for everyone in this world. Everyone has a different mode of thinking, which drives the company forward and keeps humanity at the core of all they do. On this episode of TradeIQ, Daniel and I discuss how GreenTek Solutions celebrates a culture of openness, diversity, and inclusion while integrating AI that complements their operational framework. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's an honor to be here. I'm very excited and a little bit nervous, but more excited than anything.
Yeah, good. Wow, this will be fun. I'm so excited to have this conversation with you and your green money-making glasses. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Good. Well, Daniel, let's get started here. We have so much to get through. How would you describe recent market conditions and what is your outlook?
Recent market conditions, I would say over the last few years, ever since COVID, there's been a kind of a weird situation with the market. And then when AI hit, all of a sudden everybody wanted RAM and GPUs and hard drives, and so we've just kind of been trying to be ahead of that car, kind of seeing where those opportunities are at. And I do think that in the future we're just going to keep seeing everybody who wants to integrate AI into their space. Everybody's just going to want to keep wanting that gear. So AI. That's kind of where it's headed, in my opinion. So
Yeah, for sure. Which is basically the next question I was going to ask you about, innovations and what do you think are game changers within the industry? And so obviously it's AI related.
yeah, AI has helped us to do a lot of interesting number crunching and process more efficiently spreadsheets. Something that would take maybe 30, 40 minutes to do. Now you ask Claude to do something and it does it in 20 seconds or something like that. But more than anything, I would say GreenTek. We've been working. Our development team has been working on our own in-house ERP system. We call it the dashboard for about 7 years, and we're about to go fully live with that next week. So having that system has been a game changer for us. It has allowed us to kind of tailor make our system to help our vendors and our buyers and better serve them. And so I definitely recommend if any company has the bandwidth to do so, to try to develop their own systems, because every company is different and everyone's gears turn a little bit differently. So that's what I would recommend for sure.
Wow, that's great. I don't think I understood that you guys were doing that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, no,
Exciting.
it's been a long time coming. We're very
7 years.
excited. Yeah, the final, I guess the final plug is about to be installed. We've been using it, but now we're about to be fully, autonomous using that ERP system, the dashboard.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
next week, you said.
Next week, yes.
Okay. That's going to be a big week for you guys.
Yes, very scary, very scary. Yes,
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And whatever happens, then you just kind of work through the bugs and then,
exactly. Just keep moving
I mean,
forward.
something will go screwy probably, but that's okay.
I'm
You'll
sure.
figure it
Yeah.
out. That's great. I'm excited for you guys. So, Daniel, how much do you think about competition?
I think about competition in the sense that I try to look to see what other industry leaders are doing. I like to say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And, if these guys are doing something well, what are we not doing? Maybe that they're doing that we can implement. How could we do it better than them? There's a reason that they're leaders, and we're leaders ourselves. But we try to borrow ideas and implement and innovate in that way. Yeah, so just kind of see what they're doing, and how can we do it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes we really have to tell ourselves like, hey, we're not trying to like invent the wheel here. We're just,
Right.
you know, trying
Right, the
to,
wheels are already spinning.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So tell me what it is that makes GreenTek Solutions sustainable and resistant to big challenges.
So big shout out to Ricardo and everyone in our development team. We basically have such diversity in the equipment that we bring in, such that if at any time, for example, maybe RAM is just really really down in the market, or laptops are really down or something, we always have some avenue to kind of just, we'll be fine. We'll be fine because we kind of cover a lot of gear in that space because we take in almost everything. We really are very resistant to that, and it's something that I always try to tell these guys, hey, keep doing this because, like, one day we'll have Lenovo laptops. Maybe we won't have it tomorrow, but we'll have RAM, and it just kind of all balances out really nicely. So
Mhm. And it allows a lot of like flexibility for you guys.
right, right, right.
That's great. What are the
Yeah.
trends that you think industry leaders should be wary of adapting?
So as much as I laud AI, I still think people need to not over rely on it too much, just because, hey, AI makes mistakes, and at the end of the day, we make mistakes. AI was made by people, and so we have to just remember that human component. Just be very careful not to over rely on it. Don't just craft an email in AI and hit send. Like that's not
No,
going to work. Everybody can tell when ChatGPT sends an email. You have to. Everything has to be personal,
right.
because there's a screen. There's somebody behind the screen, that when you're talking to them, so you can't just hit them with a robotic response. You have to be human about it. So just be
Right.
wary of AI. So
Yeah, that's great. I keep even in my own use or BrokerBin's use or even with my kids, who are in school, it's like it's meant to help you do your
right,
job, do your work. It's not meant to do it for you.
right, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So as the landscape of the tech industry is ever changing, how do you challenge yourself and your team to continue to think outside the box?
So it goes back to talking about competition. There's always going to be a bigger fish out there. There's always room for improvement. We have been constantly changing over these last 8 years. If we didn't, we would not be where we're at today. I mean, when I started, it was very much heavily into kind of like e-commerce, selling things on eBay. Now we've diversified to sell in the wholesale space, and that's connected us to people worldwide. Um, I mean, stagnation is death, as they say. You
Right.
cannot, you cannot get comfortable. I mean, I would say we're always a little bit uncomfortable at GreenTek Solutions, just because we want to try to get ahead of what's going on. We're never exactly sure what's going to happen. Everything could be perfect today, and tomorrow, all of a sudden, the market just says, you know what? Things are bad now. So, we have to just be ready for that pivot at any moment. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure people in every industry would say this, but I feel like, especially in our industry the last few years, we have had to be ready. Like
Yes.
anything,
Yes.
day to day, all kinds of things are
Yeah.
fluctuating, especially in the last, 5, 6 years. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's good. And yeah, if we keep the attitude of like, this is actually good because like you said, stagnation is death really. Like we got to keep moving. So might as
Hmm.
well have a fun adventure while we're doing it,
Right.
right?
Right.
So what motivates you to keep doing what you're doing, Danielle?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I have a partner and I have 7 animals to take care of, and I feel that everyone, has somebody that they love that they're trying to take care of. We're trying to put food on the table, and that's really what keeps me going. I don't think that if I was just a lone wolf, I couldn't do it. But also like my team members here at GreenTek, I come in for them, I serve them. We try to do everything here together. Um, we just want to get by in this world. We're just living on this rock, and we're just trying to have a good time while doing it. So
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I have to ask you to tell me what 7 animals you have. Wow, that's a lot.
well, seven is actually it's a bit of an understatement. We have animals that actually come in and go. It's like it's kind of wild. We've got two dogs. We've got
Okay.
3 cats, we've got a turtle, and then we've got 2 to 5 outside cats that just have said, you know what,
Oh,
this is the house for us. And so it's hard for us to say, you know what, get away, because they all look at us so lovingly, so
yeah.
wantingly. So I'm like, hey, you know what? Okay, fine.
Oh my gosh. And do all of the cats and dogs get along?
We have, amazingly, the dogs and the cats get along perfectly, except for one cat who has this hidden vendetta against the other cats.
Oh, goodness.
We kind of have to keep them separated, but somehow it's this beautiful ecosystem where everyone
Oh,
somehow gets along. Yeah.
I love it. That's so fun. That's so sweet. Tell me how you would describe your leadership style.
So I would say that people are going to make mistakes no matter what. Nobody's perfect, but I try to teach somebody, everything that I know. I ask everyone, hey, like, take notes, um, find ways to remember things, because you can go in your day-to-day life and then you'll forget some key component, and you got too comfortable and you missed it. So I try to be very off hands, but at the same time, I try to have a watchful eye, kind of like the eye of Sauron a little bit, but be forgiving, uh, because we're just human,
Yeah.
So just keep moving forward. If you make a mistake, move forward. My boss Anwar always says, it's okay to make mistakes, just don't make the same mistake more than once.
Yeah.
So I think about that a lot at
Yeah.
GreenTek Solutions. Yeah.
That's great. Learn from the mistakes. Do it differently next time. And that's actually the only way that most of us really truly do learn, right? Like how it sticks with us is when we
Right.
we did it wrong the first time.
Right.
We
Right.
know better, and now we know better.
Yeah.
Do you have some resources that have helped you along the way that you could share with us?
Honestly, it's pretty simple. It's my teammates. It's our leadership here. There is a wealth of knowledge that, if you're just willing to listen to others, everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants to be heard. Um, we have innovated so many ways as the companies, because we have a little in our dashboard. We have a way to kind of say, report like new ideas and things, and we're always constantly innovating. Even if you're shy, you can anonymously say, hey, you know what, I think we could be doing this better. And we take that very seriously, and that's what keeps us going forward as well. So just listen to people. And the second thing I'll say is, learn a new language. Learning a new language is really difficult, but it really gets your brain neurons firing in a very interesting way. I would really recommend that. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is interesting. So, how do you speak another language?
I speak Spanish fluently. I was raised on Spanish. I'm bilingual, but I've always had a soft spot for Japanese culture, and so I was like, you know what? This time I'm finally going to learn it, and I downloaded this app and I've been studying it for 2 months. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not old enough to learn a new language. And if you just apply yourself, take 30 minutes a day, you can learn things. And I mean, it's like any other thing, it's a skill. And it also kind of helps to, people of different cultures, they think differently, that their language is different. And that's helped me too, to keep thinking outside the box. So,
Oh my goodness. I love this. That is so cool. I do
yeah.
not speak another language. I have, I can say like hello in a couple of languages.
Yeah, no,
That's
if you've
it.
ever, no, if you, I'm sorry, if you've ever been interested, really take a look, because you'll be surprised. 30 minutes a day, you can learn
Okay.
quite a bit, quite a bit.
Okay. And what app are you using? Is it
Pimsleur,
okay. Okay.
Pimsleur. Yeah, it's
I'm not familiar.
really impressive. Yeah,
Okay.
it's, I can't, there's not a paid advertisement for Pimsleur. It's very good at teaching languages. So, yeah,
That's really cool. You might have okay, you've motivated me here. Thank you.
of course.
Okay, so if you could debunk a myth about your profession or about this industry, what would you want to debunk?
God, I can't think of any myths in this industry. Honestly, I don't know. I can't think of anything. You really caught me off guard there. Maybe, you know, no, I have nothing. I really don't
Okay.
have anything. Yeah,
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. A
yeah.
lot of times when I ask that question, I get the answer of just the idea of like a secondary market, like people questioning product in the secondary market kind of thing.
Oh wow, no, no. I've found that people kind of are clamoring for
That's
everything's so expensive now, and
yes,
so people just
yes.
kind of want that deal. And when you're able to get a perfectly good laptop, or some device that's half as much as something that's brand new, it's going to do just as well. People are going to gravitate towards that a lot of
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
So
yeah. Just as well, or if not better, frankly.
yeah,
Often.
yeah.
What are the core values that you strive to infuse throughout your company's culture?
So there's three things for sure: openness, diversity, and inclusivity.
Love it.
We think that there's space in this world for everyone, and we do try to hire very diversely, because everybody does have different modes of thinking, and that helps to fuel us, to keep us open-minded. It really drives us, and I think it helps with, like, again, the humanity of it all, and it helps us in the global sense as well. We're all the same, but we're all so different. And so those three things, GreenTek Solutions, like, really strives to kind of embrace. So
Yeah, beautiful.
yeah.
What makes a dream team then?
So a dream team.
A diverse team, obviously.
Yes. Honestly, it's hiring like-minded people, people that have this drive, that the people that want to put food on the table, listening to feedback. Everybody wants to be heard. Like I said, if my colleague William, he's like, you know what, I've been kind of thinking about this. It might not even be work related, and maybe I can't help you, but maybe I can. And just that little bit of listening to people goes a long way. People feel empowered when they're heard, so we do strive to give shout outs to people every week. If I notice that maybe Gladys is doing amazing, we make sure to say, listen, Gladys did all these amazing things, and for this reason. And we think that that could be pushing people to kind of keep pushing forward, striving to be better as well. So
Mhm. And it definitely creates a culture of like of people who are not just punching the clock, right?
no, exactly. People that want to be excited, people that are excited, to
Yep.
come in and
Yeah.
not just clock in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your work keeps you up at night?
I thought about this a lot. And frankly, I try to keep my day separated pretty cleanly between, work and non-work, but things are quite hectic here at GreenTek, which is good.
Yeah.
And but I honestly, by the end of the day, I'm quite exhausted. I sleep like a baby, so
Oh,
so there's
good.
really not a lot. But I mean, obviously, money never sleeps. I'll get a text. I'll get, I don't know. I'll feel like I got a text or something. I'll check WhatsApp, and one of my customers is like, "Hey, I have a question," and I'm like, "Well, I'm awake now. Might as well answer it." But nothing I would say really, you know, keeps me up. Maybe Anwar would say something differently. But we just try to do our best. It's like what I tell my team members. When you clock in, from 8 to 5, just give it your best, give it your all, so that when you're out here at the end of the day, you don't feel like there's anything that you missed.
That you missed. Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit jealous of you being able to sleep through the night. That's great.
It's every day is a challenging day. So yeah.
That's great. Okay, Daniel, let's talk a little bit about the road shows.
Uh-huh.
What tips do you have for attendees to get the most out of the road, like the networking events,
Yeah,
the BrokerBin
definitely.
road shows or others? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. At a lot of road shows, I'll see people whip out their laptop and they're working, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but hey, we're here to network. Like, go talk to people. Be uncomfortable. I'm always uncomfortable when I go to road shows because it disrupts my normal day to day. But you'll be surprised how much people have in common. A lot of people, you start talking, and not even business related. You're talking about food and what kind of pie you're eating or something. And it has nothing to do with business, but it could be down the line. And so just having that little connection, will say, hey, I remember Paul, or I remember Mike, because we talked about this weird thing that we had in common, and that helped us connect later. So
That's great. I love that. And you mentioned the pie. So I'll tell you, one of my most favorite things about the road shows is all the little desserts, right? And I
yes,
always have to
yes.
try one of each. I'm like, how am I supposed to choose? They always
Yeah,
bring out these beautiful pastries and desserts and treats
I,
and
I will say, every time we go to those road shows, you guys have a beautiful spread of food. So thank you very much. It's always
oh
delicious.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Obviously, that's our venues. We've really lucked out with the hospitality teams that we've worked with. But man, it is hard for me to not go to the dessert table first.
Okay.
So you kind of touched on this already, but tell me a bit about your thoughts on, having those face-to-face conversations, and how do you pitch, like, to your team or other colleagues, like, the value of in-person communication?
Yeah, definitely before the conference starts, as it's coming up, make sure your meetings are booked, so that you have the most opportunity to meet with people. Obviously, you're going to want to talk to people that you already know, but in my experience, I try to talk to people that I don't know. How can I connect with them? I'm a natural introvert, and so it's very challenging to do it. But the more I do it, the more practice I'll get out of it. But again, we're all there for the same reason. We want to grow. We want to make connections. Just go out there, talk to people as much as possible. Try to stay off your laptop. Try to not work on your job while you're there, which is kind of counterintuitive to think and say. But you're just there to strengthen relationships. We're all just people. We're all just trying to get by. And at the end of the day, it's all about how can we help each other, in this field. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love all of that so much. You're very inspiring.
I'm trying. I
We're gonna
try.
learn new languages. We're gonna get ourselves uncomfortable. That's great.
When I see you next time in person, I want to know what you've been learning.
Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see you in Orlando. You guys, or
Maybe
some,
50
okay.
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today, Daniel. Tell
Likewise,
me,
Ray.
where or tell us how we can reach you, or how members can learn more about GreenTek Solutions.
So definitely check us out at greentechsolutions.com. Send us, if you want to buy anything, send us an email to sales@greenteksolutions.com. Let us know your company name, who you are, what you're trying to buy. If you want to just send me an email, dsilva@greenteksolutions.com. If you want to send me a WhatsApp, that's okay too, 713-202-2124. My phone has a lot of space on it, so I can definitely, if I have the time, I will chat with you. So
That's great. I love it. And all of your company information is complete on your BrokerBin profile, I'm assuming too, so people can
it should be.
Yeah, see you guys there, find you there.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Awesome.
you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Give us
It was very fun. Thank
All
you,
right.
Renee.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks again to Daniel Silva from GreenTek Solutions for joining the podcast. TradeIQ is a production of BrokerBin, the leading global community for IT lifecycle professionals. Subscribe to TradeIQ for new episodes as we share the economic stories of IT hardware resale from industry leaders who work tirelessly to expand asset lifecycles and eliminate e-waste. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on TradeIQ from BrokerBin.com.